this sort of 4-year cycle that we've come to know from crypto, do you think that's going to end at some stage and this could potentially be the last of its kind, like this, what we're in right now?
I think it'll be always cyclical, the same way everything else is.
Mm-hmm.
I do think until it's not, everything has been following global liquidity. So like cash, as cash becomes more available in the system, so like you can look at M2, the rate of change of that as a key metric. I don't think we should expect it to change until the market tells us it's changing. So I will probably still be looking at those sort of indicators as like a leading reason as to should the market keep going or should it not. I personally would love it to not ever come down again. Like what if we had that, ultimate entry while the whole world was asleep and they finally caught up?
Yeah.
I know like everyone's just looking for that sort of indication as well. Being early adopters, that's kind of like half the thing, just watching everyone else start to adopt it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But I still think if I had to, like, again, from my own perspective, like if I was ever going to speculate like that, I would probably look at my portfolio, understand which assets I did purchase at what I would perceive as pretty low and sensible entries, and probably just keep a portion as like a long term. At the end of the day, like everyone's portfolio means something different to them. So mine is very much like growth. Once I grow this, I kind of want to put something aside to, go and buy a house and things like that.
Yep. I
can't really stomach it going up, going down to then have to wait for it to go up again, if that makes any sense. So realizing those games is like a big part of my strategy.
Makes sense, mate. And like, I don't want to sit around for 2.5 years like we have in the past, like bear market where nothing's happening, especially when you're working it, right? So it's one of those things where, but like if the market is going to go crazy and meme coins are doing, ridiculous percentages in a day and returns, like that's probably something that we'd have to give up as well if we were to sort of mature as a market as well. So I guess, you take the good with the bad. So
yeah. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one. I think like when you look at stock markets, the cycle's around 10 years, right? Like we have like a really healthy, like we have obviously corrections and pullbacks, but like we have sort of that market crash every 10 to 12 years, usually around like a global recession. I'm just wondering if the crypto market starts to emulate the stock market a little bit more, particularly with, ETFs available on to, institutions on traditional stock markets and allowing people to institutions to gain exposure to crypto via that avenue. So I think like it could change, but we were saying this last cycle in 2021.
So because last cycle, we just talked about this before the show. It actually was the first cycle we saw major institutions jump in.
We even saw countries adopting
El Salvador.
Like El Salvador.
I think Japan
Bitcoin.
Even to some degree was saying
there were multiple countries looking at crypto. More institutions were getting into it than ever, MicroStrategy, for example. And we still saw that, 1.5 year period of bullish and then to
75% down.
Yep. Exactly.
What if it went to 50%? Like that's still less than the previous cycles, but it's still
maybe the swings are less aggressive. Like maybe that's how it starts off.
To me, that's what a maturing market 100% is. Like the volatility leaves, so you lose the upside, but you also lose the downside. And we've seen that with Bitcoin, right? Like the gains have been less and less every cycle. So, I don't have the answer. I would say like I'm not expecting to, but at the same time, I'm happy to be wrong on this one, but still walk away with something to then to have to redeploy. Yeah.
That's why we're here, mate.
That's why we're here.
We want to walk away with something.
We learnt our lessons from
hopefully
last cycle.
Multiple millions of dollars. But
and a smile.
And a smile, yeah. Got to have fun while doing it.